This doesn't look like it's falling apart. I mean, okay, I guess, you know what, now that I actually look at it for more than 5 seconds, it is kind of falling apart a little bit. Hello everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of Mug and Play. I am Nick, we're playing more Arcade Spirits, and we're about to go to a video game auction or something like that. We just piled into the van. We're off. Look at that beautiful sky. It's like the beginning of a Bob Ross painting. Oh, cool! I love this little shot of everyone in the bus. Gavin, consulting a driving map on his phone, leads us out to the city via a series of weird turns and back roads. Trust me, this will save us time in the long run. Where's Hamza set up this time? On site at some abandoned estate just outside town. It's about to be torn down, but they found a trove of arcade games in the basement. So exciting! I love arcade raids. Right? Sounds like a fun time. Arcade auctions. Raids. Either way, I love that we're in this Scooby-Doo ass van. Francine just chilling in the back. Auctions. You guys got an arcade to English dictionary I could borrow? Francine, without looking it up from her knitting, answers. A raid is when a bunch of collectors get together and rescue games before they can be junked by their original owner. Oh, cool. An auction is when someone sells off their arcade games one at a time to a crowd of active bidders. You know, like eBay, but in real life person. So which is this, a raid or an auction? It's both, dearie. Hamza, that sweet boy, buys up private collections before they can be thrown away. He rescues them from that terrible fate and then auctions off his finds, sort of. Okay, now I'm fuzzy on the sort of part. I'm the newbie here, remember? Well, okay, so Hamza obviously auctions off games for cash money, but he's a very whimsical kind of guy. Once I saw him trade a vintage burger time in exchange for someone's super secret chili recipe passed down through the generations of family. Oh. I have a bunch of pizza bagels at home. That might be worth something. In other words, he's just on the edge of being a loon. This would be a lot simpler if it was just a raid. We pay up front, we declare what games we want, and cart them away. Instead, he ambushes us with these impromptu auctions and makes us come down here to entertain his whims.
Wonderful.
I think it's sweet. He wants to make sure the games go to good homes, to people who really want them, even if they can't pay. And really, we should be honored we got an invitation. He's trying to cut out the big franchise arcades like Deco's Palace and help us little guys, like us. It's inefficient and relies entirely on keeping on Hamza's good side. Huh. Gavin's right, this could be a lot simpler, or helping out the little guy sounds good here. Or how did you meet this Hamza guy anyway? I don't know, I think it's good to help the little guy. I'm guessing Hamza's sort of the person who would let a kid have the game of his dreams for free. He doesn't care about money, he cares about people, am I right? Correctamundo. Hamza's a great guy. Is he hard to predict? Sure, but he's got a big heart, and that means something in this business. Not enough big hearts left some days. Yes, because that's how you pay the bills and keep doors open, by having a big heart. I won't deny we can sometimes squeak out a trade that's practically a steal thanks to his personal modus operandi, but let's not push too far here. Hey, you gotta play to people's strengths, Gavioli. We need to temper our expectations like a little, I suspect.
I think not.
We don't have room to add many more games, especially relics like Hamza usually deals in. What about the off-site storage unit? We can just rotate games in and out more often. Nearly full to bursting, and not cheap for us to rent on a monthly basis. I'm not saying we have to go home empty-handed. Certainly a few holes in our roster we can fill, should we find an excellent deal and beat the other bidders. But consider this, above anything else, a way to maintain relations with Hamza, even if we don't end up bidding. Aw, like she said.
Now, Naomi. Gavin knows the numbers. I'm in favor of making our little funplex more and more fun, but floor space is finite.
That's true. Francine, dropping the truth knowledge on you.
Gavin, remember, if we find some darling little game Naomi would lavish adoration upon, we can always retire an older game.
See? There you go. Everybody would compromise.
Life, my young friends, is a series of trade-offs.
It's true. Well, isn't it better to, you know, not just settle and compromise all the time? Sometimes you gotta compromise, Nelson.
Well, now, there are trade-offs, and there are trade-offs.
Yeah. One of them is italicized. One of them's not. That's the difference.
It's silly to say that you should never compromise. As silly as it is to say you should always compromise. It's what you compromise It defines who you are.
No smooth brain shit in this game.
You're all so young yet. You've time to make mistakes in learning what trade you need to make.
I guess so. Unless you don't make rent on your apartment or your stomach's growling. That's true. Iris and Juniper have pushed me to stop settling for less out of life, to stand up for myself and my happiness. I've done just that without regret, so everything should be fine now, right? Right? New default topic diversion. The weather! How about that weather? Isn't it something? Well, at least it's a nice day for an outing, right? Oh, you done said it. Oh, come on! Wonderful. Glad I packed plastic bags to wrap cabinets in just in case. That's our Gavin, always thinking ahead. Trying to protect your investments, huh? Well, Naomi, you like them too. From Hamza's invitation, it seems like this arcade was largely abandoned and left to rot, rather than not add water damage to the ailments the games are already suffering. It's so sad when we come across a wonderful game that's just ruined beyond repair. Most collectors show their collections a lot of love, but others just don't care. You find old games in barns exposed to the elements and falling apart. I suppose this is one thing we can easily agree on. It's important to take care of your games. For their resale value, you mean? A broken game's no fun to play with, and it's a shame to see a classic in terrible condition. Consider pinball. Pinball games are very prone to breakdowns, particularly older ones. To experience them in their glory, you need to show them care. Even beyond a busted game earning no quarters, it feels like a waste to allow an enjoyable game to lie fallow, a waste of true potential. Huh, good point. Glad to see those two getting along better, even if Naomi keeps preemptively attacking him along the way there. Oh, you kids. With the rain pouring down on the van roof, conversation gets a bit difficult. Gradually, everyone resumes fiddling about with their phones, knitting, or driving, leading me to wonder exactly where is the auction and/or raid happening. We've been driving for some time, leaving the city far behind. What a massive trove of arcade games we doing this far onto the sticks. Maybe it's some closed-down roller rink, or an old bowling alley, or a haunted house. Or maybe it's a creepy old house that's likely haunted by exactly 87,194 ghosts. The classic Carlson luck and play, so majestically awful. Gavin pulls up alongside any number of other vans and trucks. We're here a little late, it seems. Good grief, is this really the auction site? Creepy, definitely creepy. At least an 8 on the creepometer. An 8? Your creepometer is very generous. An old home has character, I feel. Let's not judge it by the exterior, shall we? I'm old as shit, and everyone underestimates me. With all the speed, the group hurries inside to get away from the weather. A large group is already gathered in the foyer of the crumbling estate, but one rushes forward to greet us in a blur as the others pay little mind. This doesn't look like it's falling apart. I mean, okay, I guess, you know what, now that I actually look at it for more than 5 seconds, it is kind of falling apart a little bit.
Greetings, friends.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. You must be Hamza. Greetings, friends.
Hamza welcomes our friends from the Funplex. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. From the
Gavin,
Funplex.
stalwart as ever. Naomi, love what you've done with your hair.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Francine, a beauty surpassed only by your wisdom.
Uh-huh. And Dandleton, you must be a floor attendant. Oh, how fresh.
And a new player, it seems. Who might you be?
Floor attendant Dandleton Carlson at your service, sir. Dandleton
I see.
Carlson.
Greetings to you and yours.
Thank you.
I am known as Hamza,
Okay.
seeker of antiquity, finder of things lost, player of games.
So this is the guy that got a chili recipe in exchange for a Burger Time cabinet.
And welcome to, well, not my home, but a place where Hamza shall provide hospitality regardless.
Cool. Kind of a dump, isn't it? Seeker of Antiquity, 1980-something is an antique. Or thank you for your gracious invitation. I would probably just go with this one. Just thanks. Because these are just both kind of not cool upon meeting someone for the first time. Just thanks for having me. Thank you for your invitation, Mr. Hamza. I understand you only invite a select few. The Funplex is proud to accept your summoning. Now you sound like me, laughing into the microphone until it peaks. Here, can I play that sound back? You can hear it peaking. Yeah. I mean, hey, whatever. I still use a blue snowball. I can't talk shit. Indeed, I am very careful who I allow to my events. These machines deserve owners who will respect and appreciate them. Hamza will accept nothing less. Alas, I've not a moment to enjoy your fine company, Dendleton Carlson. Perhaps later, but for now, it is time. Clapping twice for attention, Hamza rallies the small crowd in the room to begin the proceedings. Friends, companions, longtime allies of the noble art of the arcade, welcome, welcome to Donnawood. Donnawood? Its story begins nearly 30 years ago, when legendary pop musician Donna Michaels, singer of such hits as Thrilling and Mama Don't Mope, did a stately pleasure dome decree. Okay, so she lived here? Here, the reclusive idol crafted a private amusement park, a petting zoo, and an arcade. Alas, she could only enjoy this paradise for a short 10 years before her tragic death. Needless to say, the estate has fallen on hard times ever since. In this year, it shall be torn down to make way for condominiums. There's just the smattering of applause after that, just... But not before we have our say.
Friends, those games that Donna Michaels cherished still lurk one floor below, ready to be rescued from such a terrible fate. It is our moral imperative to do so.
Alright, let's do it then.
I have paid the estate owners a princely sum for the entire lot. Now, Hamza parcels them out to you. By all means, browse the collection. See which pieces sing out to you.
Okay.
On the far table, you shall find refreshments.
Grapes,
sparkling wine, and delicacies from my travels. Mingle, cavort, and we shall begin the auction in 1 hour's time.
Grapes, sparkling wine, and delicacies from my travels, and it's just one travel-sized can of Pringles. Delicacies, I tell you! That's what I imagine. That makes me laugh. Indeed, a lavishly arranged table that probably cost more than any single arcade game put together is descended upon by the invitees soon after. Ooh, this must be this table. I feel like I'm attending some ancient Roman celebration of debauchery and gluttony, not an arcade raid, or an arcade auction, or whatever, an arcade thing. Donna Michaels? I knew it! I should have recognized Donnawood when we pulled in, but it was raining too hard. Who? You've never heard of Donna Michaels? She was the hottest musical act of 1980-something. Naomi, I was born in 1990-something. Oh, speak for yourself, Dendleton. I was born in 1980-something. I'm totally plugging my phone into the van's stereo so we can blast Girls Just Want to Play Games all the way home. But first, I'm going to go check out the cabinets in her arcade. I'm not really into mingling. Later. Well, alright. She dashes off with all speed, heading for the stairs leading below. Suppose I should go network a bit. Hamza's events always draw an interesting crowd of rival arcade owners. Okay. Heading for the foodstuffs, Gavin arranges himself a plate so he has an excuse to hang around and eavesdrop on the other collectors. Oh, good plan. And to get free food. Leaving me to, do stuff? Now I see why Ashley was bored of these events. Gavin schmoozes, Naomi analyzes finds, and Francine's already napping in a chair. I've got nothing to do. Well, when in doubt, find someone who knows what they're doing and stick to them like glue. Go browse the games with Naomi or schmooze alongside Gavin. Well, I'm not really one for schmoozing. I like me some video games. Let's go browse with Naomi. Not really interested in the arcade version of Game of Thrones trademark going on up here. Gavin can handle these guys. When you play the game of games, you either game or you die. Me, I want to see this legendary arcade Hamza was talking up, so I head downstairs to join Naomi. Alright, ooh, look at all these games. Whoa, is this a private collection or a full-fledged arcade? I was expecting a handful of games and a pool table or something, but this is easily 3 times larger than the Funplex itself. Even coated in dust and disrepair, it's awe-inspiring. And it's also hard to find anyone in this maze of tightly packed games. Invitees are browsing the available stock to decide what's worth bidding on, making it crowded as well. But eventually I locate Naomi practically cuddling a narrow-looking TMNT machine. Hey, I would too. That game was fun. Ooh, Dendleton, look, a 2-player variant of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trademark. These were only released in the Oceania region. Such a rare find. Wait, wasn't this game originally 4-player? Why would anyone want a version with only 2 joysticks? Well, because I mean, it's rare. It's a rare find. And it's less fun. Not the point. Anyway, it's hard to find one of these 2-player or 4-player. I'd love to have it for the arcade. I'd love to have that, and this one, and oh, if only I could take all these home with me. I mean, some have water damage, others likely have busted CRTs and controls. They all need work, but I recall the game she was working on when I first met her. Extensive repairs needed just to make it playable. So, not only would you have to bid and win the game, but you'd have hours of work and plenty of spare parts to purchase ahead of you. I know, isn't it great? I enjoy her enthusiasm. Okay, is there a nice way to say this? I know you love restoring these games, but, or do we actually have money for more new projects, or how many restorations are in your backlog right now? Ooh, that's a tough one. Because these are all, like, telling her to pump the brakes a little bit. I think this one's nicest. Really love bringing a broken old game back to working order, huh? Yeah. Absolutely. These games deserve to shine as they once did, ages ago. If I can turn back the clock and let them be what they truly can be, let people play them as they were in their prime, well, there's no greater feeling. That's pretty noble. It's pretty awesome, actually. And you enjoy the challenge of restoration too, repairing hardware, replacing damaged art, the problem solving of broken monitors. You know me so well, Dandleton, exactly. And all that is admirable. I really love how happy these projects make you, Naomi. Okay, where's the part where you're like, but, there it is. There's a flip side. How much time does it take to restore a game? I'd say if it's in good shape, maybe a few hours. If it's really a wreck and needs extra love, a few days, maybe weeks if parts are on back order. Okay, now think of the games you currently have and how many still need work or break down frequently. Can you take a bunch of new projects? Well, I could make the time, work late, right? Even a girl with bottomless energy has her limits. It's true. Naomi sighs, frustration building. It's not
fair.
I agree. It's not fair. You said it before I could.
I know. I mean, I'm not dense. I know there's only so much we can realistically do. So many projects I can actually take on.
Yeah.
But I wish I could do more. I wish we could do more.
I feel that.
Funplex has never really been a success. Even before I came on board, it was always struggling to stay afloat. I joined it because so few arcades still have the games I love.
No, that's
but I
admirable.
Can't turn our situation around, can I? No matter how hard I try.
Sure you can. Gotta get the best games.
This was my first job. Part of me is hoping it'll be my last job too. That I can happily spend all my days tinkering with these wonderful games.
That's a good way to look at it.
Every kid says they want to be a fireman or an astronaut or a robot cop or something, but nobody actually ends up doing that.
I mean, one person ended up being RoboCop, but he was the exception, not the rule.
Except me. I wanted to fix up arcade games, and that's what I'm doing.
And that's what you should do if that's what makes you happy.
That's all I ever wanted to do.
Then do it.
So, when I see all these old, broken games, I just want to show them the love I can give. I could be happy working on them for the rest of my life.
Well, good. Wow, that's dedication. And really, you went straight from school to an arcade job? I mean, I've meandered from job to job, never really sure what I wanted. That's normal, right?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I'm the oddball here. It's good. It's good that you said it, not me. It's funny, I followed my heart and found just what I wanted, what I needed, and now, well, now I'm scared someday it'll all come to an end. The Funplex will close.
If the Funplex goes under, I really don't know what I'm gonna do.
Oh no.
All I ever wanted was to work in an arcade. And I'm literally living my dream.
There you go. Okay, now I feel bad for bringing down her day. As you should, Dandleton. Hey, look, you never know, right? Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll find a game down here that brings in thundering herds of players. Right. It's a slim hope, and we both know it, but Naomi clings to it immediately, eagerly. Well, as she should. My low bank balance and grumbling stomach mean I need to cling to that hope as well. I made my choice, now I need to make that choice work. Hey, you chose pizza bagels, you stick with pizza bagels. We just need to find the right game, something nobody's played in a long time, something that'll tug at the nostalgia strings. It's difficult finding the right balance, especially in the year 20-something or other. A lot of these games are on life support, borrowed time. But they can be repaired, right? Well, yeah, for now. But CRTs, the monitors that power these old games, before LCDs and now 3D flats started replacing them, they're in short supply. Nobody makes them anymore. I mean, who buys a tube-based TV anymore? Nobody. It's all high definition and that dumb 3D projection tech which looks awful. Nobody appreciates a good CRT anymore. Hey, I understand. They are extremely heavy though. Aren't high-def displays way cheaper though? I've seen some old games running them in other arcades. They're wrong is what they are. These games weren't designed for pixel-perfect flat panels. They're designed for fuzzy tubes. The picture looks weird on LCD. Oh, okay, I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. Even 2 weeks in, I'm still fuzzy myself on a lot of this stuff. But I grew up in the internet age. I'm silicon literate. I've got opinions. Let's use LCDs and just bash people over the head to make their vision blurry. Again, these jokey answers are like too jokey. How about we buy some cheap and common games, then gut them for spare CRTs? There's an idea. Or can't we simulate the fuzzy image and still use an LCD? I don't know if she would be up to the idea of gutting other games just for parts, but that is an interesting solution. You know, just harvest it for parts. But will she be like, that's not arcade vegan? I don't know. Let's try it. So it's a problem of having spare parts on hand long term. Short of building our own factory for cranking out TV tubes as a temporary fix, buy some cheap common games and use them as organ donors.
Ugh.
And ruin a classic? I don't think that was the right choice. Cheap and common, Naomi, not some rare find, but one that's still readily available. You can even keep the cabinet itself so it can be restored later if need be. Point is, mixing and matching the guts will keep more fragile games afloat.
Makes sense.
Well, I mean, okay, yeah, that does make sense. And I bet I could sell Gavin on that idea too. We'd need more rental storage, but it'd mean less ordering parts and less downtime. Okay, I'll see if there's anything down here nobody would want and nobody would need.
Thank you.
You know, I'm glad you were with us at the Funplex. Aw, this is great. Whether you take my side or Gavin's side, it's just nice to have someone who cares about games around. Ashley's fun, but she's way more into cosplay than gaming. But kinda odd, you know? What? Feeling like I'm not alone? I know it sounds dramatic, but I'm so used to toiling away my little workshop with Ashley and Gavin not really caring about things I love. They're kind enough to me and friendly, well, Ashley is, but ever since you showed up, I feel like there's someone with me. It's odd. Oh. She's basically trying to say we're friendos now. I'm not complaining though. I guess it just takes getting used to after years of feeling perfectly content to be alone. Away from strangers, crowds, it's not really my thing. I don't like to network like Gavin does or socialize like Ashley does. And now I'm making things weird, so I'm gonna stop there. Besides, I'm just about done taking inventory down here. How about you and I? Suddenly shouting and stomping of feet from the floor above. Trouble afoot? Above? What the? Sounds like there's a fight or something going on up there. I think we better go see what's what. I think we should see what's what, and we will see what's what next time on Mug&Play. That's right, that's where I'm leaving the cliffhanger. You're gonna have to come back, see what it is. Sure hit that subscribe button. But thanks so much. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.